Alright, what's going on, guys? I'm trying this for the third time now, and hopefully it works this time. Previously, the past two videos have gone over 15 minutes just because I've been apologizing so much, but I did want to apologize to the people that did give me the hyphen spotted pleco. He didn't make it. I found him the other day stuck over here. He wasn't stuck, but he was just kind of, his dead body was just kind of hanging out there, and he was stiff as a board. I did get to speak to one of the owners the other day, and I told him that, or I asked him a few questions, and I ended up finding out that he was in a 10-gallon tank for about 3 years. The unfortunate thing about that is that he was probably stunted, his organs probably kept growing, and then ended up getting impacted and dying. And I didn't want to desecrate the body, so I didn't want to do an actual dissection and find out, if that was actually the case. That if I was to actually take like a little blade and cut on the stomach, his organs actually would have probably exploded out at me. But anyway, like I said, unfortunately he didn't make it. And I was actually very, very upset because I was telling them that he was doing so great, and if you check the video that I just uploaded, first, the part 1 of this, now part 2, you'll actually see that he actually was alive when I actually made the video, and like I said, that was on Thursday, I believe. And he also, like I said, he was fine up until probably, oh man, I think it was Saturday morning. Saturday morning, he looked fine when I left, and then Saturday night I came home and he was gone, which again is very, very, very unfortunate because I did like him a lot. I did speak to one of the guys that I am friends with that actually breeds plecos, and he told me that the hyphen spotted pleco is by far one of the most sensitive that he's come across up here in Connecticut, so he hasn't had any luck with them either. He's gotten them to about 6 inches, and then they end up dying on them too, so it's going to kind of be interesting to see what happens with the little one that I have in here, because he's still doing very well, but I almost never see him just because he's so tiny. He's always moving throughout the tank, and I almost never see him unless he comes up onto the front glass. But again, we're going to kind of try and see what happens, and anyway, I did lose one other fish. I lost a blue Kenny. I found it dead over there this morning. That one I did do a dissection on, and there was nothing indicating, stress, impaction, anything really, to kind of warrant why it died other than old age. So unfortunately, like I said, I did lose a Kenny, and it was probably just old age. Like I said, he seemed to have been doing fine and everything like that, or she rather, because it was a female, and for some reason, like I said, I woke up this morning and I found it dead, and when I did the dissection, it didn't really indicate anything as far as it being, sick or anything like that. I also see no signs of stress or ick or any disease in the tank, so it's been kind of a mystery to me as to why the fish have been dropping off. But today I did a half-gallon or a half-tank water change. It's the first water change that I've done since I set up the tank. I will basically let it get pretty bad just because or as far as like the poop and food and stuff that was across the bottom, I basically let it get pretty bad for one sole reason, and that was to really establish the beneficial bacteria in the gravel, as well as establish it in the water. So I took out about 75 gallons today, and I filled it back up, and as you can see, this is about an hour and a half after clearing up, and they all seem to be pretty happy. I also restructured all the decorations so that they have new territories to set up. My two really large paired off yellow labs, or actually those are red labs. Both those two are doing really great, and as you saw over there, he was trying to dance for her and try to make her mate with him again, which would be really cool if I could actually get them to do that. But I haven't seen any eggs anywhere, any chance of it happening. So it's going to be kind of an interesting thing to see over the next couple months if these guys will breed or not. Um, I did turn up the temperature in the tank a little bit just because I filled it up with cold water. So it dropped down to about 72 degrees in the tank, and right now it's running at about 74.8, which isn't too bad. Um, I do have the little bubbler going in the back over there. I am going to get another one for the other side of the tank, probably sometime next month. I want to do an entire bubble curtain all the way across. I think I'm actually going to make my own bubble curtain this time. I'm going to take some black silicone tubing, pop a bunch of holes in it, and then cap it off or clamp it off with something at the one end, and then hook it up to a air pump, and then basically throw in like a check valve in between there, and I actually am going to throw in 2 check valves in between there, one on the outside of the tank, one on the inside of the tank, and then hopefully that works out. But so far, like I said, everything's been going pretty decent. The convict did get a new good home. He actually said it did acclimate perfectly, and it is doing very well. As did my pink kissing gourami, now has a 29-gallon tank all set up to herself, so she's doing very well as well. I did get a couple new fish, nothing serious, just something tiny, and I'll show you what they are. Basically, right there, you can see them swimming around. There's 3 of them. They're Buenos Aires tetras. I took them from a lady that was looking to clear out her 29-gallon tank before she moved. Also, you could also see there was also a golden gourami right there. Now, this guy is extremely friendly, extremely happy, and I really like him a lot. They did peck on him for a little bit. It was mostly the other 2 gouramis, but they're leaving him alone now, just that as the Kenyes are kind of swimming around throughout the tank. But so far so good. Like I said, everything seems to be doing alright, and I haven't seen anything die yet. I think that my Oscar did eat my ID shark. I had somebody ask me about that the other day. I haven't seen it in a while, and I moved all the decorations around today and tried looking for it, and to no luck. So I think that was what my Oscar ate the other night. And like I said, unfortunately, I don't know if it was eaten or what, but I haven't seen it in a while, so I'm assuming that's what happened. The Eclipse catfish, I don't know what happened to that either. He's somewhere in the tank. I just don't know what happened, where he is, or just because there's so many dark holes that he could be in. And he's a pretty dark colored fish, so more than likely he ended up somewhere over in here, and I just can't see him. Try to turn on the light real quick and see if I can see in there. No, nobody's in there. So, like I said, I don't know exactly where he is, but he's throughout the tank somewhere. The Pictus cat's over there on that side of the tank, as well as I still got all those reveal catfish all throughout the tank. I actually thought one was dead this morning over here, and it actually turned out to be alive. I actually stuck my finger in to poke it, and it bit me. So that was kind of funny, but he's like, bastard, I'm not dead yet. But, yeah, no, it was kind of funny this morning. Like I said, I poked it, and it swam up and bit me in the finger. But I didn't realize that it was just playing dead over here in the corner. But the real big one's over in that tunnel there, and hopefully he ends up coming back out and going over here. And I think you guys saw him before, but he's actually getting too big for that hide there, and the ghost knife is actually taking that on as his own. So he's probably going to chase him out of there in a little bit. But my other plecos are doing good. The really big ones are both super healthy, eating a ton, eating up all the the excess food and everything. The high fin spotted pleco, the little tiny one, like I said, she moves throughout the tank. It does pretty well. I acclimated her like really well, and so far so good. She's been holding in there, but like I said, unfortunately I did lose that 6-inch one, and I was really upset about it. But like I said, there was nothing I really could do. As I went to work, he was healthy and fine. Came home and he was dead. 8-hour shift, and I ended up coming home to a dead fish, and I was really upset. Especially being I actually talked to the people that gave it to me, and told them that he was doing so well. But unfortunately, like I said, he did end up passing. Um, Going on to the milk snake real quick. I only got about 5 minutes left, so I'm going to run through this really, really fast. The milk snake has been doing really well. He's just been eating, like, he hasn't been eating, so I've been kind of force feeding him just because he's still a hatchling. Um, he's probably hiding up over here somewhere. I just don't want to bug him because I really stressed him out yesterday. I also wanted to show you guys, he did bite me yesterday. It's kind of hard to see, but there you go. He bit me twice yesterday, or he actually bit me a couple times, but that was the biggest one, and he actually sunk his teeth into me pretty good. But he bit me all on my left hand and all over the place on my right hand. But that was the biggest one that he got on me. But he's been doing really well. Doesn't like eating, but I've been kind of trying to force feed him a minnow every day or every Sunday. Just to kind of make sure that he is getting some nourishment. Whoever suggested the crickets to him, he hasn't touched them. There's about 10 of them roaming all throughout in here, and he hasn't touched them at all. So I don't suggest crickets for an eastern milk snake at all. The mealworms, however, or waxworms rather, they worked out pretty well. I think he ate one or two of those because he was doing pretty well with that. Real quick, I'm going to run into my brother's bedroom, as that's where now the leopard geckos are. I basically gave these to my little brother. Basically, when I got them, he thought I was bringing them home for him, so I told him if he got his grades up and he was doing good in school, that I would let him have them. And his last semester, he actually did very, very well, or last marking period, he did very well, so he actually has the two leopard geckos, and he's actually been taking care of them really well, too. The only thing I was a little bit upset with him about was the wood chips. You can see there's like little pieces of wood chips all throughout the sand here. Basically, he's not doing too good of a job with sifting the waxworms' wood chips out of the way. But in the long run, they've been eating pretty well. You can see reptiles just kind of hanging out in his hide there. And I'm pretty sure Yoshi's all curled up along the other side here, and I don't want to bug them because it's daytime for them and they should be sleeping anyway. But they're doing extremely well. Reptar's tail is almost doubled in size, and so has Yoshi. Yoshi's actually gotten a little bit thinner since Reptar got in there, but she's actually eating more than him, so it's actually kind of unexplained as to why she's still smaller. But I think females usually stay smaller than males anyway. But anyway, I just wanted to do a quick little update on all the animals for you guys. Everything seems to be going okay. Like I said, I really hope nothing else goes wrong. I'm going to be changing out the filter media and everything sometime later on this week. Probably changing out the two Aquaclear 110s this week, and then changing out the Penplax canister filter that's down in the middle there. I'll change out that, and I'm actually going to think about putting some Biorocks in the top tray, carbon in the bottom too, and then also putting like a layer of polishing foam. Probably just that cheap blue one, but we'll see what happens. But I'm getting up into the 15-minute mark here, so I'm just going to shut up, let you guys kind of check out the fish. And again, I apologize to my viewers, as like I said, I don't like losing fish, and I really get upset when I do. And it was really upsetting to me that I did lose that high fin spotted pleco, just because it was a really, really, really nice specimen. And again, I apologize to the people that gave it to me that it died. But anyway, I'll shut up and let you guys check out the rest of the fish, and have a great day, guys.